And we are live, everybody. Welcome back to Ravencast. I had to take a day off yesterday because of the streaming, but we are back. We have hella new stories today. We got either 4 or 5, depending on if we have time to get to the redistricting thing. But we have a lot of news stories today. In fact, a lot of these news stories are like, actual news, no dumb commentary bullshit, no dumb like YouTuber drama, actual news for once, which is really, really fucking cool. But also, like, I'm not gonna lie, the first story is kind of not cool because this fucking idiot, retarded, scumbag coach before the bowl game decided to stalk and sexually assault a woman. So now he can't even now he lost his coaching job, and now Michigan's probably going to lose the fucking bowl game because the coach decided to be a scumbag, piece of shit, idiot, retard.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is our first stories. But before we get into the stories, we're going to catch up with me, Gabe, in the chat. So Gabe, how has life been since Wednesday, since the last show Wednesday?
Well, pretty good. I mean, I just paid rent at the place I'm living in. No, I know the running gag here is I live in a shed. That's actually a gag. I'm not actually living in a shed. I'm living in my friend's house. Thank God. Hopefully soon I can find a place to live. I was trying to get apartments, but apparently, the government seems to want people to make 3 times the monthly rent in their paycheck, which is almost impossible considering if a place is $700, you got to make about $2,400 a month. And I don't think anybody on minimum wage is making that much. So I got screwed on that front.
You did get screwed on that, but go ahead.
But things will get better. I should be down in Florida for some podcasting thing come late December, early January. And we might actually go to a bowl game since I think we might be able to do that with whatever we make from donations and all that.
In fact, as well, if you guys want to donate to Gabe's GoFundMe, because right now that's the only donations we are taking is Gabe's GoFundMe, I will be posting that link in the chat momentarily. Make sure you guys go donate a few bucks. That would help the show. Not only that, but also helps Gabe make sure he can come down here and get some content for you guys. So please, until I get official donations set up, please, if you guys want to donate, please donate to Gabe's GoFundMe, as that will not only help the show, but that will help Gabe and make sure that he's good to come down here so we can get some good IRL content going. And not just that, but also just make sure that Gabe, our co-host, has a place to stay. And I feel like, you guys can help with that by, donating, since we do come every day mostly and give you the news and shit. So that would help us out a lot if y'all want to do that. But donations are optional. Like, we're not forcing y'all to. We're not going to be like the quartering and be like, if you don't donate, then you're not a fit. No, we understand if you can't donate, but if you can, that would be appreciated.
Yeah, and shout out to Ben in Indianapolis if you are watching, Ben. Hi. That's a friend I was texting earlier before the show.
Okay, so that's because I do see a few people already watching. So yeah, he probably is watching.
Yeah. So let's get started on this topic.
Yeah, let's get started into the news topic. So, fired Michigan football coach Sharon Moore was arraigned in court Friday on stalking and home invasion charges days after his shocking dismissal from the Wolverines program over allegations that he had an inappropriate relationship with a staff member. That's your first mistake. You are a legendary football coach and you're trying to fuck your staff members? Really? That's an easy way to get you fired. The Washington County Prosecutor's Office announced the charges shortly before Moore was due to be arraigned in court. Look at him. He looks so fucking stupid. Like, you were literally a coach of the Wolverines and now you fucked up your whole life. Like, I don't
Well, that's not surprising. I mean, look at John Gruden.
I don't understand how these people can fuck up their lives like this. Like, if I was a coach, I definitely wouldn't do shit like this.
And he's getting paid thousands of dollars a freaking year. in a
Yeah,
contract.
he's literally
I
getting
wish
paid
I was making that
thousands and
fucking money.
thousands of dollars a year. Not just that, but you get to travel the whole country for your job for the football games, and you're gonna fuck all that up just because you wanted some pussy? Really?
And you did this in the freezing fucking cold. Michigan, as far as I know, is getting like lake effect snow and shit. And this is the time when you decide I got to go and pull a home invasion of stalking. The home invasion, especially, that's a felony. This motherfucker ain't ever getting a job.
No, especially because he's already known. Like was known as a football coach, and now that all this is known, ain't no one gonna hire him. He ain't gonna
God
even be
damn.
able to work at McDonald's because the McDonald's manager's probably gonna know about this and be like, "Oh, you're the crazy football coach that was fired for raping people, stalking and shit. Oh, we can't have we can't have you flipping our burgers and putting the fries in the back. Sorry, you fucked that
Yeah,
up too."
ironically, when they showed the news last night, I thought it was actually worse. I thought he got on a raping charge or murder charge because they're like, well, we're not
Well,
telling you about the
technically,
situation.
it's not a rape. It's not a raping charge. It's just a home invasion charge. He probably was trying to, but then he probably got caught, and the cops came and stopped him. But he
How
probably
much you want to bet he did that because she snitched on him and then he wanted to get revenge on her, and that's why he got the home invasion thing?
You think? Because that's the thing. Wasn't he like fired? Wasn't he like fired before the home invasion thing?
Yeah. So I
That's
guarantee you
probably
she
what it
brought
is.
up the HR.
She probably was the one that snitched on him for whatever he did, and he decided, you know what, I'm gonna get revenge. And then now it's like you fucked up. Because at least if you get fired for shit, you can go to another team. But now that you did this, you can't even go to another team and be a head coach.
Yeah. Does it say anything else in the article about who he did this to? Was it the same person that he's having a relationship with?
Hold on, let's get into it more. According to prosecutors, he faces a felony charge of home invasion in the third degree and 2 misdemeanor charges of stalking and breaking in and entering without the owner's permission. Both misdemeanor charges are as relating to a domestic relationship. So it probably was the girl that snitched on him that he got caught with having.
Oh my fucking god! The things people do when they get pussy whipped. What the fuck?
During Moore's hearing, the former football coach appeared via video conference. Prosecutors detailed the alleged events that led up to Moore's arrest on Wednesday, including that Moore had an engaged, intimate relationship with the Michigan staffer for a number of years, and on that Monday, the woman broke up with him. So it seems like the woman broke up with him, and they somehow found out, and he got fired. And instead of just trying to find another football team that will take you in, you decide to do this shit. Now you can never get a football coach job ever again.
Trust no bitch, somebody wrote in the chat.
I mean, that is true. Trust no bitch, because I'm not going to lie. From what the articles say, it does seem like that the relationship was consensual, but then she broke up with him and snitched on him. And then it's like he kind of did get done dirty, but it doesn't mean just because you get done dirty that you fuck up your life even more and go and try to, assault the bitch.
Well, I mean, you got to look at how many people go and kill themselves over a breakup or this. I mean,
I know, I get that, but this guy's not a normal dude. This guy was making bank, and even then, even him getting fired, it's like, so what? You got fired, but he still could have went and got an assistant coach job or a head coach job somewhere else. Because a lot of coaches that get fired for dumb shit that just go to another team. He could have just went to another team, but instead, now that he has a felony, he can't even go to another team.
He's so fucked.
He is so fucked. Prosecutors accused Moore of contacting the staffer via phone calls and text after the breakup, prompting the victim to contact the University of Michigan and cooperate in its investigation. So that's the thing. After the woman breaks up with you, instead of you just, I get, if you love someone, you can't move on that easy. But it's like, why are you going to do this over a bitch when you have a great position? If you would have just let the bitch break up with you and let the bitch go, and I know that would be hard for a guy to do, but in this position, you're going to have to because you had a lot more going on. You had a lot more things. You could have easily gotten another girlfriend. Easily. You're literally the head coach of Michigan. So there's literally no excuse for you to do all this dumb shit because you're literally the head coach of Michigan, right? So why the fuck are you going to ruin your whole career over a bitch that broke up with you? Come on. Man, things people will do over pussy, it just fucking surprises me.
Well, not even that, but I mean, if he would have just taken the L, got fired, I mean, they would have settled. They would have said, "Listen, we'll settle it. We'll break your contract, but we'll still pay you for the amount of years you did. We'll even give you like a release in your contract." He could have still made fucking bank and
Yeah, he
gone
could have made
somewhere
bank,
else.
and then after all that, he could have went to another team. In fact, Florida's coach just got fired. He could have literally went to Florida and made Florida a good team for once. But instead of thinking like that, he decided, oh, I'm going to get revenge. My career is over. It's like you could have still made bank because you were in a good position. But now you fucked up. So in reality, it's your fault that you fucked everything up because guess what? You decided to be a fucking dumbass and go break into a woman's house that decided to leave you just because you had impulse control and you didn't know what the fuck you're doing and you didn't realize, oh wait, I am in a such blessed position. He was in a good position, better position than all of us watching, because he was a fucking football coach of one of the best teams in football history. Yet he decided to throw all that away just for a bitch. Really?
Yeah. Look, Ryan said he could have coached a mid-major and worked his way back up. Happens all the time. Yeah, exactly. Look at Bill Belichick. Left the New England Patriots, went down to UNC. I mean, granted, it's not really going well with UNC with him. But, I mean, last year, I can't remember if he started this year or last year. But if I remember, I think if it was last year, they lost their star QB to a broken leg or some shit. Or an ACL, I can't remember. But, I mean, they kind of got fucked on that one last year. I can't remember if they made it into the bowl game season this year or if they just about missed the cut. But, I mean, like, Belichick's doing pretty good after moving from New England. You don't see him going and doing dumb shit.
In fact, you don't see Josh Dobbs because Josh Dobbs was fired at Tennessee because he was the head of Tennessee. Oh, not Josh Dobbs.
Is he the one whose father used to coach for Florida State?
Wait, what?
For the Seminoles? Wasn't there Dobbs that coached for Florida State?
I think so, but I said the name. I said the wrong coach name. But, like, there's a coach in Tennessee, which I can't remember his name, but it's not Josh Dobbs. It was someone else. It was the coach that had Josh Dobbs under his wing. He went to Alabama and is making bank in Alabama being an assistant coach. It's like this guy could have done that. He could have went to Alabama. He could have went to Ohio State. He could have went to any other college and been a football coach, an assistant coach, or head coach. He probably would have been a head coach because he was a head coach of Michigan and he did well. He did a good job. But you threw all of it away over a bitch, and now you can't never have a football career again.
This is why I hate the 1%, bro. This is why I hate the 1%, because the 1% does such dumb shit that the friggin' 99% of us would never fucking do.
I know, and that's another thing too. He was in such a position where he could have easily just announced on his Twitter, "Hey, I broke up with my girlfriend. Does any other lady want me?" And he would have had hella MILFs in his DMs because he's a football coach of Michigan. But instead of doing that, instead of using his position to get more girls, he decided to fuck everything up and do illegal shit and do a stalking breaking charge. Let's see if there's more to this. If not, then we're going to move to another topic. But this shit's just fucking dumb. This guy's a fucking idiot. A literal fucking retard. Because he could have still been good. He could have went to the bowl game. But instead, you fucked everything up because you wanted to be a fucking clown. More than alleged barges went into the residence, grabbing a butter knife and a pair of kitchen scissors, and then began threatening his own life. Why the fuck would you even do that? You were the coach. You could have still had another football coach job. Why the fuck are you even threatening your own life?
And not even that. That counts as another charge too, you dumbass.
He's a fucking idiot. And
that's felony. That's menacing.
He told the staffer that my blood is on your hands and you ruined my life. Dude, you ruined your own life. You could have had another football job.
Your life was fine. Your life was fine. What the fuck are you talking about? You didn't even lose it. You lost one fucking job with Michigan. Who fucking who? Go somewhere else. Go to the fucking Mountain West. Or the Pac-12's gone,
Florida
but
actually needs a new head coach. Florida is fucking ass too. You could have made Florida better. You
oh
could have
my
made some other team
fucking
better.
God, man. How long was he with the team for?
Hey, let me look that up on another tab real quick.
Yeah, look it up on Wikipedia. See how long he was with the fucking team. What other teams has he coached?
Let's go spell. Okay, Sharon Moore. How long was Sharon Moore a coach for Michigan?
I can't wait to see this shit.
He coached since 2018 for Michigan and just got fired December 2025.
Was he with anybody else before then? 2018, you made bowl games every fucking year, dude.
What teams was Sharon Moore coaching before Michigan? So he came from Central Michigan University. Then he went to Louisville and did 5 seasons at Louisville. And then after Louisville, he went to Michigan.
And he went to bowl games with those teams. What the fuck is he doing?
Bro literally could have just went to another fucking team.
You have, oh my fuck, you just fucked up your whole entire career. They're going to take away your ring of honor like they did with John Gruden. They're going to take away anything that you had, any plaques, any honorary degrees. They're going to take all that shit away. Your name is white.
Says why? Ego, desperation, and mental issues. Man needs professional help. Seems like it. But even then, even let's say I was in that situation and a staffer broke up with me and I was really emotional because I really loved it. I still would have been like, okay, look, I'm still in even though like that I like that girl and that girl still works in the team, I would have just made sure that if I got fired over it, I would have just found another team immediately and said, fuck Michigan. But instead of doing that, he decides to go break into this bitch's house and fucking ruin his own life. It's
I was going to go and mention like Charlemagne the God and the Breakfast Club because the Breakfast Club has this thing called Donkey of the Day, right? Mm-hmm. We need to have like a version of that for Ravencast. Like we have like a stupid person of the podcast, like, and we need to.
In fact, you know what? Let's start that today. It's Sharon Moore's this episode. Sharon Moore's.
Yeah, but we can't say Donkey of the Day. We got to say something else. So what's I guess ass of the fucking day. Ass of the fucking day.
No, not ass of the day. I got a good one because I used to do this on one of my old shows. Retard of the day. He's the retard of the day.
Sharon retard of the fucking day.
He's even more, and I hate saying this because of how much I dislike Trump. He's more retarded than Trump.
Here's what we need to do. We need to have a soundbite from South Park where they're like, retard alert, retard alert.
Oh, we have that in the Discord. I just need a way to get these soundboards on StreamYard. But that soundboard's already in the Discord. But anyways, let's continue with this. Let's see if there's anything else. All right, let's see this one. University of Michigan interim president Domenico Gonzalo also sent an email to students Thursday addressing the situation, saying that Moore's actions were a breach of trust and idiotic, and he encouraged students to come forward with information as their investigation continues. Students earlier this week, the Department of Intercollege Athletes dismissed head football coach Sharon Moore with cause of violating university policy by engaging in an inappropriate relationship with a staff member, according to a copy of the message obtained by Fox News Digital. Also, that bitch was probably gonna get fired too, but the fact that dude showed up to this bitch's house and threatened to assault her, threatened to kill himself in front of her, and did all that. Now the bitch is probably not going to even get fired.
Well, they said inappropriate, so maybe they mean like I don't know if she was underage or some shit.
Because he said unless they somehow have underage staff members.
That's possible. You could have unpaid interns.
Why if it is unpaid,
which is even a worse charge than because then that's statutory rape.
Yeah, no, I don't think the girl was underage because they would have said it. He would have got a statutory rape charge. But
Well, either way, we have retard of the fucking day.
yeah, and in fact, I'm gonna close this article because that's everything. But I'm still gonna give my ding dong of the day exactly. So this guy's definitely. I'm gonna give my final thoughts and ask Gabe for his. I just want to give my final thoughts first because this is something I'm actually gonna go off on because, bro, literally, look, he fucked up by fucking a staff member, right? Because you're not supposed to have, those kind of relationships on a fucking professional job, especially football, a big job like football coach, right? But
Yeah.
he could have still redeemed himself by going to another team. Instead of doing that, he decided to break in this bitch's house, get a bunch of felony and misdemeanor charges, and now he's never, ever, ever gonna get a job again. And I feel like
And
that's fucking stupid. And Gabe, where's your final perspective on this fucking
well,
retard of the day?
first things first, we're gonna change it to the retard review. I think that actually works well because alliteration sounds great.
Mhm.
So we're gonna call it the retard review, not review as in IEW, review as in REVUE, review
All right,
like
but
a
give
show.
your opinion on this topic because I'm not trying to go
He's
off.
a fucking retard, bro, for doing this shit. And now, as a result of that, he's lost his job, he's lost his honor, he's probably lost all the honorary shit he had, and those bowl game awards are gonna fucking disappear.
Mm-hmm. And not only that, but now because he got Michigan to a bowl game this year against Texas. Now Michigan's probably gonna fucking suck because they don't even have a head coach, and Texas is gonna mop the floor with them.
Yep. Congratulations. You fucked yourself.
You fucked yourself. You fucked your team. You fucked all the players that respected you.
Yep, you're fucked.
He's a fucking idiot. Like I just don't understand how the fuck can you do some shit like that.
Well, you could. So next topic was Epstein.
Next topic. Let's see. Hold on.
You want to do Epstein or do you want to do the other one about Trump legalizing weed? We could do in either order. I think we need like a happier topic.
Oh yeah, let's do Trump legalizing weed, and then we'll get to the Epstein thing, and then we'll get to the FBI and Ukraine thing as well. But let's get to the light topic, which a lot of people probably like, and I could actually praise Trump for once, but I'm going to criticize Trump on the Epstein thing again. So let's go ahead and be nice to Trump before I rip his orange head apart because he's a fucking loser. But he's not a loser in this instance in this topic. So I'm going to pull up the article right now.
Well, a broken clock is right twice a day.
Yep, broken clock, and Trump's a broken clock. That's right in this topic. So, yeah, there ain't gonna be much Trump shitting on in this topic. But the other topic, oh my god, we're going hard. Oh, okay. Let's see. And there we go. So Trump expected to sign executive orders to reclassify marijuana as soon as Monday. Source tells CNBC stock surge. All right, President Trump is expected to issue an executive order as soon as Monday that will allow the reclassification of marijuana. And honestly, my take on that is good because marijuana doesn't even do anything wrong. Like alcohol is more dangerous than marijuana. Marijuana is the least of your concerns, and that's the thing. It doesn't work for everybody, but I don't think you should punish the whole population just because marijuana does not work for certain people. Alcohol doesn't work for certain people, but you don't see people trying to ban alcohol. In fact, alcohol's ruined more lives than marijuana. Yet you don't see people trying to ban alcohol. And I'm not saying you should ban alcohol. I'm just saying, like, if you have worse that's already legalized, why not just legalize weed? Weed's not like crack. It's not like shrooms. You can't even trip off of it. You can't even overdose off of it. It can't even kill you. Such a move will allow cannabis companies to fall under different tax regulations and encourage investment. Cannabis stocks took a big leg up in Friday's midday trading following CNBC's report. The Washington Post first reported Thursday that Trump was expected to use an executive order to order all and instruct federal agencies to reclassify marijuana as a less less regulated Schedule 3 drug from a Schedule 1. Exos reported that the potential reclassification of marijuana out of a group that includes heroin into lower tier, less dangerous drugs such as steroid, Tylenol, and codeine would take place up next year. Trump floated a change in marijuana's classification in August. So basically, Trump's trying to make it legal. He's trying to make sure that, you can't go to jail. And I don't feel like people should go to jail over fucking weed. Because let's be real. If you're smoking it and you're not doing any crimes and you're acting like an adult, why the fuck are you being arrested for it? You know what I mean? And I feel like Trump in this instance, even though I don't really like all the other stuff Trump does, I feel like Trump in this instance is being good faith here. And I feel like Trump's actually doing something good in this instance because let's be real. People going to jail over weed has been a problem for years, and it should not be happening because it's fucking weed, bro. Like, weed's not that dangerous like other drugs, and I feel like you're just ruining people's lives over something stupid.
Yeah, Oz says he's not legalizing it. He's just rescheduling it to Schedule 3 from Schedule 1, which frees it for proper medical research. But this is my thing. It's only a few steps away from actually being legalized
it's a few
federally.
steps ahead. Like, yeah, he's not fully legalizing it, but it's still a step in the right direction to legalize it. You know what I mean? To make it legal in all 50 states.
Yeah, because
unfortunately, with things like this, it takes time. So it's probably going to be at the end of Trump's term when marijuana is fully legalized in all 50 states.
Federally, we got to preface that federally.
Yeah,
state-wise, a lot of states have either legalized it for recreational or decriminalized it, like in Oklahoma, to the point where even if you get caught with it, you're not really getting much jail time.
No.
Oklahoma, in fact, when I went there,
hopefully Trump can get it federally legalized because I'm just tired of seeing people go to jail over fucking dumb weed. It's like, really?
Well, what's even worse is like if you have a security job or you're in the military, and you test positive, you're fucked. They'll actually go. It's weird. In the military, if you get caught doing cocaine or whatever, they'll just help you out and just put you through rehab or even go and like give you a warning. But if you get caught with weed, you're fucked, bro. You lose your job. You lose your position.
I don't understand why they have a double standard with weed and crack in the military, because crack's way worse than fucking weed. But yeah, they'll give you help and take you to rehab. But oh my God, you get caught with the plant. Oh, no rehab.
Yeah.
You get fired, your life's fucked, and you're dishonorably discharged, and you can never get a military job again. It's like, what the fuck?
That's what happened to my stepfather. He legitimately was in the Navy, and they caught him in a drug test with weed, and there were other guys who were with him who were caught with cocaine. They let them off with the cocaine, but they court-martialed his ass.
And that's not fair, because cocaine's way worse than weed. If you're gonna let people that do fucking coke of all things off, then you should let the weed people off. Like, it's just
I don't quite understand that. But here's the even funnier part. Like in Canada, soldiers can't be doing weed on duty, of course. But as long as you haven't smoked it within the past 8 hours before your shift in Canada, they're not going to charge you with anything. You just can't smoke it 8 hours before your shift.
And I
don't know how they know whether you smoked 8 hours.
And I feel like the United States should have some regulation, if we have the technology to detect that correctly. Then they should have a regulation like that where you can't smoke on the shift and you can't be high on the shift. But
like if you're on fire watch.
Yeah,
if you're on fire watch, and I'm talking military.
When you're not on fire watch, when you're off duty, there should be no reason you're being punished for weed when the other people that are doing coke are not even being punished at all.
Dude, don't get me started on it. I swear to God, the whole military industrial complex when it comes to recreational shit is just a pain in the ass. It's so fucking weird because, if you're in basic and you get caught with cigarettes, oh my God. It's like fucking ridiculous. But yet in Australia, they'll let you smoke.
Cocaine is less dangerous in order to protect Wall Street big wigs and authority figures like politicians and their kids. Yeah, but it's like, why not do that with weed? Like, I just don't like the double standard. I just hate the double standard.
Well, let me explain the whole weed thing. So the whole reason why weed was criminalized in the first place, history topic, the whole reason why it was criminalized was because people were making money off of hemp. Now, the government, this was during the Great Depression, of course, had said, well, we need money because we're fucked. So they went and started taxing hemp products and marijuana. And this didn't really work. Much like with Prohibition, which was still in effect at the time, because remember, this is the early 1930s, they went and had a tax stamp that you would get on hemp products, marijuana, all that. It would be taxed with that stamp, and you had to pay tax on it. People didn't like the fact that they had to pay a hefty tax on it and didn't pay it. So the government said, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to criminalize it. And that's when they criminalized it. And then I think in the 60s, they decriminalized it again. Then they recriminalized it around the Nixon Reagan years. It's so stupid. It's ridiculous. But it's mostly because they wanted money.
Flip-flopping over taxes, basically. That's why they keep flip-flopping.
Well, isn't that America in a nutshell? We always flip-flop over taxes.
Yeah, why do you think that?
Why do you think in a lot of states way before they had dry counties? Because it was over taxes. Once they got rid of the dry counties, not because they agreed with alcoholism morally, but because they realized we need money. And the best way to get money is through selling liquor, because liquor is taxed. Why do you think beer is cheaper if you buy in a store, but when you go to the pub, it's going to be more expensive? So in Australia, it's backwards. It's cheaper at the pub than it is to actually go and buy it at the liquor store. But I digress. That's basically why they do that, because they want to get the most tax money out of you. That's what funds our government. So I guess we're finished with this topic, but I'm going to say this. Hopefully he actually legalizes it federally at some point. Yeah, target Mexicans and black community. Yeah. So hopefully he legalizes it federally soon, so that this way people like me who do smoke, if we do decide to smoke, actually want to go and work, like, let's say, a security job or be in the military or be a police officer. It would be nice to actually be able to work that job while also just smoking once in a while on our days off.
Yeah, and and I don't think y'all should be punished for smoking on your days off. The only time y'all should be punished is if you come in and you're just high as fuck, and you're like, okay, yeah, you can't work, you can't operate guns, you got to go home, and that's when you should be punished. But yeah, if you're just doing it on your days off, you come to work every day sober, and you're not sober on your shift, then I think that's perfectly fine.
No, if you're sober on your shift, you said not sober on your shift.
No, I said sober. I said sober. Oh. I said sober. Yeah.
Okay. Sober. So now, what's
you're sober on as long as you're sober on your shift, and you just want to smoke after your shift and all that, I think that should be fine. And I feel like weed should be federally legalized, and hopefully Trump gets that done before the end of his term. But we'll see. Yeah. Trump always promises shit, and he never delivers.
So you want to do the Epstein thing? What was the last topic we had? I can't remember. Oh, the FBI.
FBI making a deal with Ukraine.
And then we had that extra topic. I don't know if you want to do that next, since we're talking about Trump anyway. I mean, we could lead into that.
Yeah, let's lead into the Epstein thing, and then we can lead to the other one, and then we'll talk about the FBI Ukraine thing.
Yeah, because that one should be less. So new news today, before he gets the topic up. Essentially, they had released a report that there is proof that Trump was on Epstein Island, pictures and all that. Of course, the girls in the pictures are censored for obvious reasons. But not only was it Trump, it was also Clinton and, surprisingly, Bill Gates.
Yeah, it's all of them. That's another thing. People want to say, oh, it's the Democrats. No, it's the Republicans. It's all of them that's involved in fucking Epstein. It's all of them.
Dude, there were people of the royal family, the British royal family, the Yugoslavian royal family, the German royal family. It's all the 1%, essentially. The supremely rich people were the ones on this island.
Mm-hmm.
Bernie Ecclestone, the guy who used to run F1, was on that island, along with Jacques Villeneuve, the famous F1 racer.
All right, let's go ahead and get right into this. So, photo, I'm going to read the first sentence, then give the first paragraph, give our commentary, second paragraph, give commentary, other paragraph, yeah, you know what I mean. So, photos from the estate of Jeffrey Epstein tied the convicted sex offender to President Donald Trump, former President Bill Clinton, tech billionaire Bill Gates and former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers. So it's not just Trump that's in it. It's also Bill Clinton. It's also Bill Gates and Larry Summers. All these people that have power are in it. There's probably more that we don't even know about.
How long until we connect Kamala Harris to that?
Yeah, I wasn't surprised if Kamala Harris or Joe Biden or any of these other people were connected to it. I mean, we already got the Hunter Biden laptop scandal where Hunter Biden had CP on his laptop. So it's like, if they had the laptop scandal, then they probably were involved with Epstein or at least knew about it. These men and others are featured in the roughly 95,000 photos from the House Oversight and the Government Reform Committee has received from the Epstein estate as part of its ongoing investigation. House Democrats released batches of photos on Friday. So basically they released photos, which we already knew that Trump was on the island because in the released emails a while back, it was confirmed that Trump spent multiple hours with the victim on the island. So we already knew that Trump was involved, and not only that, but Trump tried to say the Epstein thing was a hoax. It's not true. It's just the Democrats lying. Bro, get this IQ thing off of my shit. All right.
To basically quote Tojo, it's over.
Hold on. Fuck! I hate these articles. There we go. It is time to end this White House cover-up. All right. It is time to end this White House cover-up and bring justice to survivors of Jeffrey Epstein and his powerful friends. And the Oversight Committee's top Democrat Representative Robert Garcia of California said in a statement, these disturbing photos raise even more questions about Epstein and his relationships with some most powerful men in the world. We will not rest until the American people get the truth. The Department of Justice must release the files now. They should have been released the files. And that's the thing. That was one of Trump's promises when we were voting for him, is that he would release the files. But then Trump flipped on it because he realized, oh, wait, I'm in the files. They still have me in it. And I can't cover it up because Trump thought that the government was going to cover him up and release the files and not release the stuff he was involved in. But it looks like that was avoided. So now Trump's flip-flopped and said, oh, the Epstein thing's fake. It's a hoax. That Epstein's not like, it's like, bro, come on. When asked about the latest photos, Trump said he had not seen them. Bullshit. You have saw them, Trump. You have saw them. You know, that's why you tried covering it up. That's why you said the Epstein files were a hoax. That's why you said anyone that supports the Epstein conspiracy does not deserve your vote. Like, you literally told people not to vote for you for supporting this. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people that have photos with him. So that's no big deal, he told reporters Friday in the Oval Office. Okay, so just because those other people were involved in the sex trafficking, that means it's okay for you to be involved in it? I don't think so, buddy. I think you're just as bad as the other people. And I think all you people should be in jail and get the electric chair, especially if you guys did molest children.
Only in Texas can that happen. Only in Texas.
White House spokesperson Abigail Jackson in a statement accused Democrats of selectively releasing cherry-picked photos with random decorations. They probably didn't release everything, but still, Trump's fucked. He's fucked. The Democrat hoax against President Trump. Wait. I don't mean to pause this in the middle of the paragraph, but I just have to ask this. If this was a Democrat hoax, why the fuck are they exposing Bill Clinton and Democrats in this as well?
Who the fuck knows?
Exactly, because it's not a hoax. That's why. President Trump has been repeatedly debunked that the Trump administration has done more for Epstein's victims than Democrats have repeatedly calling for transparency. That's not true because you called the victims liars. You literally said the Epstein thing is a hoax and there are no victims and the victims were liars. So you can't say you helped the victims when you were trying to discredit the fucking victims. releasing thousands of pages of documents and calling for further investigation to Epstein's Democrat. Why are we using Democrat and Republican? Why not just say friends in general? Because he was friends with Democrats and Republicans. This isn't a Republican versus Democrat thing. This is a good versus evil, and all Republicans, Democrats, Libertarians, anyone that was involved in this are evil. And they do not deserve to be in our government any longer. It doesn't matter if you're Libertarian, doesn't matter if you're Democrat, doesn't matter if you're liberal, doesn't matter if you're Republican, doesn't matter if you're conservative, it does not matter. If you're involved in this, you don't need to be in our fucking government. Jackson also accused House Minority Leader Hank Kim Jeffries, DYN, and D. Stacey Pessa, Democrat for the Virgin Islands, of maintaining ties with Epstein following his sex trafficking charges. Yeah, because Democrats and Republicans both had ties with him. Plus, the kid was recent of Epstein emails have to be texting with Epstein during a congressional hearing to get information about the panel witnesses Trump's ex-fixer Michael Cohen. Yeah, because they were all involved in this. They were all involved. Bill Clinton, Trump, all these people are involved. And this is probably the last thing we'll go into. Actually, no, let's just keep going. Of the photos shared Friday, one features Trump alongside someone who appears to be a young woman. Her face has been redacted. This one? Or this one? I don't know.
Doesn't matter. Essentially, he was raping children.
Epstein, who died by suicide in his jail cell in 2019, chatting with a woman, while a third has Trump grinning among a half dozen women whose faces has also been redacted in that shot. He appears to have his arm around one of the woman's waist, probably because he was involved in this shit. He knew what was going on. There's another photo in the trenches showing pictures of Trump's condoms being sold for $4.50 each with the branded words "I'm huge." What the fuck? There's a signed photo from Clinton depicting him smiling along Epstein and Epstein's associate Ghislaine Maxwell, who is serving 20 years for her part in the sex trafficking scheme. While Clinton's association, including travel on Epstein's plane after the former president left office, is well documented. Clinton has said he has cut ties with Epstein before his 2019 arrest and had no knowledge of this crime. That's a lie. You had knowledge. You were on the island 30 times. You had knowledge, Bill Clinton.
Not even that, but he used his planes to get back and forth from China and shit.
Yeah, he definitely knew what's going on the islands.
This is fuck me. But all these topics tonight are going to be about Trump. We're gonna definitely get fucking redacted, bro.
I don't give a fuck. They try to redact me. I'll literally go punch JD Vance in the fucking face.
We're gonna get
JD Vance, you say your free speech, but you're trying to redact everyone that criticizes your boss. The images underscore Epstein's long and storied network of connections to powerful men across industries, from filmmaker Woody Allen to conservative strategist Steve Bannon. They were all sent to the Capitol Hill after a subpoena from the oversight panel for
God.
The late financier estate separate from the documents, demanded justice from the Justice Department by regulation. So what's your opinion on this so far, Gabe?
I'm surprised Kanye West ain't on his fucking list.
He probably is. They probably, like, the full list isn't released yet. There's so many people being protected right now.
Dude, holy fucking shit. Kanye West, Jay-Z. I wouldn't be surprised if Diddy had a fucking involvement.
Why did Epstein game over himself? Why were the guards asleep and half the cameras not working? It's because they killed him. It's because
and also, I mean, who really gives a shit? I don't really care whether Epstein was alive or fucking dead. He was an asshole.
No, he was, but that's the thing is, they didn't kill him for good intentions. They only killed him because they didn't want him to expose what they were doing. That's the only reason people even care. It's not to like Epstein deserved to be dead. If they killed Epstein, good. That's one good thing they did. But if they were doing the same shit he was doing, they need to be killed too. And that should not be a hot take. Because if they were doing the same shit, all of them need to go down with Epstein, not just Epstein. And that's my take on it is, yes, Epstein dying was good, but everyone else that was helping him needs to go down and die too. Like,
well,
real.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. I can't wait to do. You know what? I think we should probably do the districting thing too.
Yeah, we will after we finish the other topics. But let's finish this one because I think there's.
I think we're basically finished.
Oh,
Essentially,
I hate articles. Oh, there it goes. While Epstein's connections with these public figures are far from new revelations, they highlight the extent to which Epstein revealed in his relationships with powerful people. Gates, the Microsoft founder, is seen smiling at Andrew Mountain Windsor, formerly known as Prince Andrew, who's also. Didn't Prince Andrew lose his position in the UK over this shit?
yeah. Hold on.
What, do you have to leave? Hello? Hello? All right, I'm going to continue because I'm not doing this shit. Gates, the Microsoft. Okay, we already got that. Summers, former Treasury Secretary, is seen in one photo with what appears to be a small plane. He and Epstein forged a relationship during the Summers Treasury as president of Harvard University, and he is the latest public figure to face a fall from his connections to the financier, including being banned from the American Economic Association and forced to step back his roles at Harvard. And I feel like Donald Trump should be impeached for his connections as well. I feel like all these people need to be punished from all sides. Doesn't matter if you're Democrat, Republican, centrist, libertarian. It doesn't matter. If you were involved in this shit, you need to be in jail. You need to be arrested. We need to get justice for these victims.
But yeah.
All right, so I want to go into this one because all this is just fucking irrelevant. Trump has maintained that he ended his relationship with Epstein years ago and called for the efforts of claiming his release in the files a hoax. In a probe last month, he gave congressional Republicans his nod of approval to vote to release the Epstein files and swiftly sign the legislation into law. And this is bullshit because he only did that because Thomas Massie got Congress to vote for the release. So Trump was forced by Congress to agree with it. It's not because Trump wanted to sign it, because Trump was calling it a hoax, saying it's a lie, saying it's a Democrat hoax and all that, saying it's just a plot against Republicans, even though both sides and libertarians are also included in it as well. Like, that's the thing. Trump swept for Epstein, and now he wants to pretend that he's the one. No, Thomas Massie's the one that's getting it released, and Thomas Massie's the one been fighting really hard for it. Not only that, but Trump also attacked Marjorie Taylor Greene for supporting Massie and supporting the release of the Epstein files and all that. Trump literally attacked her over it. So why the fuck is he pretending that he wants the files released? Make your mind. Do you want the files released or not? Like, this is just bullshit. He keeps flip-flopping over and over and over and over again. Those files are due in the coming days after courts cleared the way for the Justice Department to release grand jury materials, and the 30-day clock for Attorney General Pam Bondi to make the contents public is winding down. And the only reason Pam Bondi hasn't made it public is because Trump doesn't want her to make it public. A Justice Department spokesperson did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Clinton, meanwhile, has been subpoenaed by the oversight panel, but a date has not been announced yet for his testimony to the congressional investigations. Trump has ordered Bondi to investigate the Democrats. Why not Republicans? Why not Democrats, Republicans, and why just Democrats? Why? With Epstein, including Clinton, Summers. Bondi asked Jay Clayton, the U.S. attorney in the Southern District of New York, to lead the charge. Why is he only going after Democrats and not going after his own people? Go after your own people, the pedophiles, the sex pests. Go after the Republicans that were responsible. Go after the libertarians. Go after the non-political people. Go after LeBron James. LeBron James is on the Epstein list, and he literally has access to thousands and thousands of kids. LeBron James needs to be fired from basketball, and he needs to be canceled and get thrown in jail. All these people do. It's not clear when the rest of the photos will be released. Through a Garcia press release note that oversight Democrats will be released to the public in days. Why just? Oh my God, this is pissing me off. Why just Democrats and not everyone? Why not everyone? Why only Democrats?
Because the Democrats are in the way for the government. That's why He wants to have a government that's mostly Republican, that's no longer all
I
Democrat.
know, but he can't sit there and say, "Oh, we are against Epstein," when Republicans were involved in it too. And I don't care what side you're on. If you are diddling kids, you do not deserve to be in our fucking government. And that goes for the Republicans too. They do not deserve to be in our government if they were caught diddling kids. And Trump knows a lot of people that were probably diddling kids on that island, but he is protecting them to go after the Democrats, and it's fucking stupid. Go
See,
after
I'm with
them
Oz
all.
on this one. I believe the government's going to end up failing as a result of this. I mean, you got to look at it like this. We're currently headed into what I would like to call a Great Depression, except it's not affecting the rich, so nobody gives a shit.
If all this came out, stock markets will crash, and we're gonna have to suffer. We're gonna have to, and I know a lot of people say, "Oh, we don't release the files because we're gonna suffer." Sorry, we're gonna have to suffer. We're gonna have to start crash. In order for us to get a better government, we have to suffer. Like Frank used to say in the Discord all the time, we're gonna have to suffer. And it's because of our own actions, because we elected these people, we elected these leaders. So technically, we do deserve to suffer because we elected these people. We elected these bad actors. So if it all comes out that everyone in Hollywood and all that are kid diddlers and they all go to jail and they all get out of power, I'm fine with us suffering for 10, 15, 20, 30 years. I'm fine with that because these people are going to make us, we're going to suffer regardless if these people are on power or not. So we might as well take a sacrifice.
Yeah. So, okay, I guess that's the end of the article.
Yep, that's the end of the article. I'm going to, do you want to give your final perspective before I give my final perspective on it?
My final perspective is there's nothing new. We already knew all this shit.
Yeah, we knew all of this, but that's the thing. It's like, we just need the newest shit, because I know the shit we don't know, but they will not release it because it fucking incriminates not just Democrats, but Republicans, centrists, like basically everybody.
Yeah.
Even
Well,
non-Jewish
ironically, that's
people.
not even a U.S. paper that you were just reading. I believe that's actually European paper. So Europe now knows.
Yeah, Europe now, but that's the thing. There's people in Europe that are complicit too. It's not just America either. It's people from all types of different governments that were complicit into this.
Oh, that's not the point. The point is that they're at least
But that's
realizing.
true though. You can't say it's not true. You can't say that's not true though. Every government's involved in this, and they all need to be exposed. And I know a bunch of governments are gonna collapse some of this shit. I don't give a fuck. It needs to happen because these people do not need to get away with this.
It would be kind of cool if it turns out Prime Minister of Australia, Anthony Albanese, guy who I don't really like, it would be ironic if it turns out that he had something to do with this
He
too.
probably did. A lot of them do. Probably all of them do.
Yeah. So
And that's the thing. If we suffer because of this, we should suffer because we elected these people into office. And it'll be our fault, and it'll be the government's fault because the government's been doing all this shit instead of, doing justice and get rid of these people. The government protected these people for years and years and years, and if the government collapses because of it and we get a new government, I'm fine with that. Because we don't need these people in power anyways, and they're gonna make us suffer anyways. So we might as well just suffer and get rid of these people out of power. That's my final take on all of this, because the Epstein shit, like that's the thing. You can't say Trump's innocent. You can't say none of these people are innocent. Democrats and Republicans are both in it, and you can't just say, "Oh, we're only gonna expose the Democrats and not Republicans or Libertarians." Now, the Republicans, Libertarians, and non-politicians need to be exposed too. All of them need to be exposed. All of them, every single one of them.
okay, so
All right.
let's hurry up with this because I want to go eat.
Wait, what?
Let's hurry up with this because I want to go eat.
Oh yeah. Which you're the one that wanted me to go live. I was gonna skip tonight.
I know. I should, but I had to wait for dinner to be done. So let's.
Oh no, you're good. We only got 2 more topics left, anyways. And
3 technically.
What?
3 technically.
What's the third one? Because we got the Ukraine and the redistricting. What's the third one?
Yeah. Oh wait. Okay. Yeah. Because we had 4 topics. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we already covered.
I can't count for shit. I'm sorry, people. Apparently, being in Ohio has made me absolutely freaking brain dead.
Oh no, you're good. Anyways, let's get. So, what do you want to get to the redistricting? Which I don't have an article for the redistricting.
Oh, we don't need an article for it because people could just look it up anyway.
All right. Do you want to go to the redistricting, or do you want to go
Just
into
do the
the
redistricting and then do the FBI bit.
All right. So now we'll talk about the redistricting shit. Go ahead, Gabe. Go ahead and inform us
Okay.
on it.
So for people who don't know, the MAGA movement wants to redistrict certain states, specifically swing states, so that this way, let's say, for example, you have a city. You have 5 districts, right? Out of the 5 districts, maybe 2 of them are Republican and the other 3 are Democrat, right? Now, if you go and redistrict the districts in a way, you can go and make it so that you're essentially one splitting the vote, which would be, basically making it even, Republican and Democrat, or you could go and make it where you make the whole district basically one district Republican only, so that this way you get more votes for Republicans and thereby more votes in the electoral college. Now, that's what Trump's doing. If any of you have been watching news recently, you would have heard about the redistricting in Indiana. Now, the House in Indiana had said no to the redistricting. They don't want to do that because that would basically screw up the Democratic votes in that state. But Trump's saying if they do not accept the plan, he will pull federal funding for that.
And I think
Which
that's
would mean-
bullshit. Because you're basically forcing people to accept your policy that they disagree with. You're like, oh, we're gonna pull federal funding from the state and make the state suffer just because they want to remain democratic. It's like that's bullshit, and that breaches several constitutional rights.
Yeah, and it does. It actually does breach some state constitutions, including Florida. Florida being one of the states. It's Indiana, Ohio, Florida, California, Virginia, Maryland. I feel like I'm missing one. Oh, Missouri, Texas, and for some reason I was thinking Utah, New Mexico, or no, maybe it was Colorado. I can't remember, but you could look it up for yourselves on Google. Just look up federal redistricting. But the point is that this is for the congressional elections. So this way, the Congress would not be lopsided and be Democrat. You would have Republicans in charge of the Congress, vast majority. And that would mean bills could be passed faster. But in doing so, that would also mean essentially the Republicans could pass whatever they want.
They could pass whatever shit they want, and they could do whatever they want, and Democrats and non-Republicans and Libertarians and everyone else gets to suffer while they don't get to suffer at all, and that's bullshit.
Yeah, and not even that. If he pulls federal funding, this is what happens if they pull federal funding. You will not be repairing your highways. You will not be having your extensive transportation networks, because vast majority of transportation networks in states are actually federally funded and state funded. You will not, I don't know if you would lose your SSI or SSD or even your Medicare or Medicaid. I don't know if you would lose that, but I'm going to assume if he says pulling federal funding, that would probably pull that out too. And then not to forget the federal policing.
Would also lose federal funding too.
Yeah, the No Child Left Behind grant. And you would also lose, you would probably also lose federal policing as well. ATF, FBI, you lose all that. And for some states, that's some areas of their states are actually policed federally. So it would really fuck you up. And if he actually pulls this off in Indiana, I mean, I think this might actually piss people off enough to where they might actually revolt.
It's going to also cause a lot of states to want to leave the U.S. too.
Yes, but see, here's the thing: legally, you can never leave the U.S. after you joined the Union. There is no thing.
Unless you fight a war, because it is in the thing where the state can want to leave, but they're going to have to fight the rest of the country.
Yeah, but whether or not the rest of the country will fight is beyond me. I mean, you guys look at it like this: the Civil War took a lot, and I mean a lot, to actually get people to actually go and join up with the Union forces to go and fight the Confederates. Mm-hmm. And that was only because we had outside countries who helped us as well. Britain was originally going to side with the Confederates, and then when said, "No, we ain't going to do this," after we seized the Confederate ship in British waters, mind you, and could have led actually to Britain joining the war on the Confederate side, and it would have fucked us up royally.
Oh yeah, we wouldn't even be the United. At least in Florida, we wouldn't even be the United States anymore if they did that.
Yeah. So But yeah, especially and it's funny that they're doing this to Ohio too, considering I'm in Ohio, and I was just in Indiana. I mean, it's freaking it's just hilarious that they're gonna do this, and it's just so stupid. The actual term for it, I believe, is called gerrymandering. I believe it's named after a man who came up with a cartoon of a reptile being cut up. You could actually find this. I believe it's from the 13
Also,
colony.
by the way, I got an update to the Michigan thing, but continue on, and then after this topic, well, I'll give you the update on that.
Okay. So yeah, it's terrible, and I think eventually it's going to lead to a revolution in this country, which I can't wait for because everything's going to hell in a handbasket. That's my take on it.
Yep.
Trey, what's your take on this redistricting?
The redistrict thing is just a fucking waste because you're literally just benefiting one party when you're elected in the United States, you have to benefit all Americans, even the ones that disagree with you, because you are the leader at the end of the day. And you doing this and fucking over everyone else besides your own party is fucked. It's scummy. It's un-American, unconstitutional, and that honestly deserves to be in. Like, if he cuts federal funding from all these states over this shit, that deserves to be impeachable. Like, he should be impeached for that, in my opinion. No, that may be a hot take, but I don't give a fuck. Because if you're gonna fuck over all these other states just because they don't want to redistrict, then you need to be impeached. Because you're not a real leader. You're not America first.
Yeah. So, okay. And what's the update on Michigan?
So apparently, because my friend texted back while we are doing the show, and he said that yes, the coach thing is true, but the bowl game's not canceled. Just doing the bowl game confirmed still.
Wow. Okay, that's kind of cool. Did they get like an associate coach or something?
That's what I asked. Hopefully he responds before the stream ends. But even if he does, like when the stream's all, I'll still let you know about that because I know you're
okay. Cool. Because I have some bets on that game.
Yeah, I got some bets on that game too. In fact, I may be doing Hard Rock during those times. So anyways, you want to get to our last topic so you can go eat, and then I can just go smoke and have fucking just chill because we've already been live for an hour. We'll probably be live for like an hour 15, hour 20.
Yeah. Okay. So let's get to the next topic,
and that's the Ukraine.
Yes.
Secret meetings between FBI and Ukraine negotiators spark concern because they made some deal. Let's get into what the deal is. And no, I am not subscribing to your bullshit. Get the fuck off my screen.
So I'm going to preface it with this. So apparently the FBI was trying to make a separate deal with Ukraine, which is very unusual considering the fact that the way that usually works is the federal government, like some sort of ambassador, actually makes a deal with Ukraine, be it for funding or to make peace or whatever. It's usually not the Federal Bureau of Investigation. For them to have done that, that's completely out of pocket. It would be essentially, let's say you work at Home Depot. You're the store manager of Home Depot. You're the one in charge of the store. But then what happens is the guy who goes and works shipping and receiving decides, I'm going to decide whether or not we should actually go and get more funding from corporate.
Yep.
You'd be kind of pissed.
And I'm kind of, honestly, I'm just so pissed and done with this government and the Trump administration. I really am. So, secret meetings between Ukraine's top peace negotiator and FBI leaders have injected new uncertainty to the high-stakes talks to end the war there. According to diplomats and officials familiar with the matter, of over the last several weeks, President Zelensky's lead negotiator, Rustem Umerov, flew to Miami 3 times to meet with President Trump's top envoy Steve Witkoff and discuss a proposal to end the near 4-year conflict with Russia. But during his time in the United States, Umerov also held a closed-door meeting with FBI Director Kash Patel. Kash Patel can go fuck himself. And Deputy Director Dan Bongio, according to 4 people who, like some others, spoke on the condition of them in discussion conventional conversations. And I think that's not the end. The meetings have caused alarm among Western officials who remain in the dark about their intent and purpose. That's another thing too. You can't leave people in the dark about this kind of shit. It makes you look fucking shady. And Kash Patel is fucking shady by doing this shit because all he does is secret deals and shit with people. Some said they believe and other Ukrainian officials sought out Patel and Bongriel in the hopes of obtaining a message from any corruption allegations the Ukrainians could face. Others worried the newly established channel could be used to exert pressure on Zelensky's government to accept the peace deal proposed by the Trump administration, containing steep negotiations for the cable. Honestly, Ukraine should just accept the peace deal and get this war fucking done instead of having us fight the battles for them. Like, come on. Like, this war is fucking stupid. You better just might as well have a peace deal because you can't fight Russia on your own, and America is not trying to fight your wars because we're already fighting Israel's wars for them. We can't fight both Ukraine and Israel's wars for them. That's just not how that shit works because that's the thing. That's more money out of our pocket, and we're already in debt. The two FBI leaders have criticized Ukraine in various public comments. Patel in March questioned the scale of U.S. aid to Ukraine and urged Congress to investigate whether any U.S. funds sitting there were being misused. Honestly, I agree with that because that's the thing. Ukraine, but they should do that to Israel too because Israel misuses our funds too. Any suggestion that the Patel was appropriate is complete nonsense, official added. Okay. So basically, that's... Is there anything else? No, just meetings. So basically, I'm gonna end this. So they basically had shady meetings with Ukraine, right? Trying to get some peace deal going on, trying to get Ukraine to take the peace deal, and Ukraine's also trying to get them to do shady business with them and all that. And I feel like that's just fucking dumb.
Yeah, well, that doesn't surprise me. I mean, we made shady deals with Iran back in the day during World War II.
Yeah, we did.
And not even to forget that, I mean, even to harken back to World War II, think about how many times we knew about the camps and shit, and yet for some reason we never did anything about it. The only time we ever did finally get involved in the war was because Germany declared war on us.
That's the only
we didn't care.
Involved is because Germany declared war on us.
Yeah. Germany and Italy. Originally, we wouldn't have given a shit. If Germany never declared war on us, we would have never gone to war with Germany, and the camp thing would have gone on, and the war would have kept on going even after we had taken over Japan.
Mm-hmm.
It's so freaking retarded. This country can't last for much longer. I swear it can't. I mean, like the Roman Republic, this place is gonna fall.
Yep. And it's all these factors, Epstein, the government, all that, like all this shit. It's like we're going to have to suffer. In order for things to get better here in America, we're going to have to suffer, unfortunately. And I know a lot of y'all don't want to suffer and shit, but we're going to have to suffer and fucking just get rid of this fucking shitty government before the shitty government just fucking ruins our lives even more.
Yeah, because what happened to me can happen to you.
What happened to Gabe could happen to you. In fact, I almost became, which I'm not going to because it's personal, but I almost became like Gabe last year in 2024 because of homeless thing, but my friend was able to take me in. And if it wasn't for that, I would be homeless like Gabe right now. And that should not be right. Like, America needs to fix a lot of shit and a lot of problems, and they need to just work on fixing their shit and actually becoming the land of the freedom. Because that's the thing. People want to say America's free speech, but America's not free speech when Trump's deporting people that criticize Israel, when Trump's trying to redistrict everything that's not against him, that's not for him, or he's trying to take federal funding from the Democrats. Like, that's not free speech. That's not American. All this shit's fucking us over. And MAGA dick riders are saying all this shit's okay because MAGA dick riders don't want to think outside the box. Every person in MAGA that thought outside the box is not in MAGA anymore. But the only people that are still in MAGA are people that don't think outside the box, or people that believe in lies and bullshit and false promises. And I feel like MAGA is just going to kill us. That's the thing. MAGA was supposed to help us, but MAGA is going to be our downfall. And I hate saying
we're going to make America
true.
great again by breaking it down and completely fucking up the rest of the country.
MAGA's goal was only to make America great for Israel, and now is that. They didn't want to make America great for us, because if it did, America would be great for us, but nope. But anyways, is there anything else you want to bring up and cover before we decide to end the show?
I would like to say everybody should stay safe, and for the love of God, for the people in the Midwest, please stay warm.
All right, let's get into the future plans segment. I'm gonna let you tell your future plans, and then I'm gonna tell my future plans of like.
Oh, my future plans are essentially to go and find housing and hopefully settle down and finally get a friggin' job.
Mm-hmm. And my future plans is to keep the show going, and also make sure you guys, go donate to the GoFundMe, try to get the GoFundMe up for Gabe and all that, and just continue posting shows. In fact, we're going to be back tomorrow, Sunday, Monday, maybe Tuesday as well. We'll just see. But the show's going to be, alive this weekend because we're doing this one tonight, which is done really well. And the other ones we'll do it tomorrow. And we're also doing the network show with Dingy, which I say the name wrong. I'm just going to call him Ryan because his name's Ryan.
Dingy, Dungy.
Yeah, we're doing the network show with Ryan at 5. Third episode, actually. So it's going to be really good. Yeah, and hopefully y'all stay tuned for that. Anyways, I think it's going to do it for me and Gabe tonight. We will see you back tomorrow at 3 p.m. EST. Yes, we're going to be back in the afternoon show. The only reason the show was late is because I had a terrible hangover, so we decided to start late. But tomorrow...
That's my fault.
Yeah, that is his fault, because well, technically... They didn't have Natty Lights. They only had Natty Daddy, so I got the Natty Daddy, and I got 2 of them, and I just had a fucking bad fucking hangover.
I gotta get you to drink Mad Dog 2020. That will fuck you. That's where you wake up in a field with your underwear on backwards and a dollar and a quarter in your hand, bro.
Oh,
you're gonna be wondering where the fuck you're gonna call me and be like, Gabe, where the fuck am I?
Oh my God.
What the fuck? Dude, I need your help, man. I need you to help me find my way home.
We may do that when he comes down for an IRL stream and do that on stream to get y'all some good content.
God, that shit would be funny.
That shit would be funny. And I know you guys listening, y'all came to my drunk streams in the past, so I know you guys will probably like it. But anyways, because I think Gabe wants to go eat, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the show now. If you like the stream, hit the like button. If you dislike the stream, hit the like button. Anyways, dislike button's gone. Donate to Gabe's GoFundMe in the chat below, and also subscribe to the channel. And we'll see you guys tomorrow at 3 p.m. EST. Peace.
Peace.